Breaking news. Meghan Markle has no plans to return to acting after Los Angeles move. Really? Because I thought that's what they were doing. I thought that's why she moved to LA to return to acting. Meghan Markle may be living right near Hollywood after stepping down from her role within the royal family, but she won't be returning to her acting career anytime soon, according to Katie Nichol for the Sunday Times. She has no plans to resume life on screen. There are rumors that Meghan wanted to pick up her acting career where left off upon her return to the States. It seems Meghan is content to pursue a different line of work. Royal reporter Omid Scobie, that's generous, who co-authored the upcoming biography about Meghan and Prince Harry, also spoke with the Sunday Times about the Duchess. He believes she'll follow in former President Barack Obama's footsteps and get into producing. Barack and Michelle Obama have been very influential with Meghan and Harry, especially Meghan. Meghan's driving the boat. Think of a working model not too dissimilar to what the Obamas created after leaving the White House, when they set up their Higher Ground production company and later signed a multi-year production deal with Netflix to produce movies and documentaries that cover issues such as race, class, democracy, and civil rights, Scobie suggested. Riddle me this, Batman. What movies have the Obamas, what have they produced? Because I'm not aware of these things, and maybe I'm just out of the mainstream. But I know they did these things. I know the Obamas did sign these things, and it's quite famous. But I'm not aware of any of the things that they've produced. In the meantime, Meghan and Harry are hard at work on their upcoming nonprofit organization, Archwell. That seems to be going very poorly. So why would Meghan have no plans to return to acting? That is really counterintuitive to me. Here's another headline. Shock claim. Hollywood turns on Meghan. She's ruffled a few A-list feathers. Has she made some enemies in Hollywood already? I think that Hollywood is a PR machine. The royals are also all about PR. And Meghan is constantly creating a negative public relations news stream. She's constantly complaining that people are being unfair to her and that they're picking on her, that they're bullying her, that she's not being given a break or a chance. She's one of the wealthiest, most famous people in the world. And they're also constantly complaining that they want privacy, which leads me to the next article. Harry and Meghan are likely to escape LA for New York, where they won't be bothered. Here's the privacy narrative again. So Meghan has no plans to return to acting. They're going to move to New York because it's so private in New York. That makes me think that the Hollywood acting thing, the gigs are not turning out. They're going to refocus on their charity foundation, which may be named Archwell. That they really messed up because everyone claimed those domains and they were posting silly, funny videos on them. So we need to explore this because Meghan and Harry are definitely not going to move to New York for privacy. And what occurs to me is that Broadway is in New York City. And Broadway is like the Bush Leagues for Hollywood. Someone like a good example of this is Daniel Radcliffe. He made a fortune as Harry Potter, but he's a tiny little man. He's not very big. I think he's like 5'5" or 5'6", very slight build, 125 pounds, 5'6". He doesn't look like a leading man. And so I think he couldn't get any roles in Hollywood because he's been playing. Well, so he went to Broadway, and he is starring as a leading man in Broadway, and that really gives him a lot of credit, and then he's moving back into motion pictures. Liza Minnelli is another person, another very famous person who really just crushed in Broadway. And that's what you do. If Hollywood feels you're not ready for them, you go to Broadway. And I think that's what Meghan is doing. Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. Is Meghan Markle's Hollywood dream fizzling? I mean, Meghan has no plans to return to acting. That's like saying that Harry drove the decision to leave the royal family. Oh, they said that too. Okay. So we're just getting a constant stream of counterintuitive false news out of them. So let's look at this because this is significant. I wonder how poorly it seems to be not going very well in Hollywood. You know, Meghan is not young. There's always somebody, some actress younger, more beautiful, you know, with a thinner, taller, you know, better hair, whatever. And that's the problem that she's facing. Now, she has that royal je ne sais quoi thing going on, but is it enough? Apparently not. It's apparently, you know, the fact that she is an ex-royal definitely distinguishes her. But there's all kinds of turmoil in her relationship with Harry, and people are not unaware of this. It's clear to me that James Corden, for instance, one of the 7 influential friends that in Hollywood, he seems to have insider information. He seems to know what's going on, and if he knows what's going on, and Oprah seems quite upset at them right now, and I'm sure she has insider information. Serena seems to be putting out diss videos on Meghan wearing a Cinderella outfit that won't close in the back. So let's see, Meghan, how is pursuing the acting roles going? Because they couldn't have chose a worse time. The lockdown. How's the pursuing the acting roles going? How is the pursuing the acting roles going? Vale, we're not seeing a lot of what's going on officially. Vale and Hightower. Hightower is rising to the top or official. Executioner is very powerful, just makes a decision. A director, a producer, I want her, I don't want her. She's right for the role, she's totally not right for the role. So she's just not getting chosen, she's getting cut. She's not making the cut. Literally, she's not making the cut. Behind the scenes, in the business of Hollywood, she's not making the cut. She's hamster wheel. Hamster wheel is the travel overseas card. It's a long journey. It's putting in the heavy work. She is calling people and meeting with people, and apparently George Clooney's helping her. Angelina Jolie was mentoring her. She's helping her. A lot of people helping her. She's really putting in the work. It's even said that Tom Cruise is helping her. She was looking into going into Scientology because there's a lot of famous actors and actresses in the Scientology, you know, false religion thing. So she's really putting in the work. On top, ruler in charge. The people in charge are cutting her. Okay, they're just not picking her. And that's, you know, if there's just one better person, you don't get the part. And that really changes things in Hollywood. Cup overflowing, because that one breakout role will really solidify your place. Cup overflowing, straight razor, city, 19 5 clubs. She's very emotional. Very, very emotional about it, about being cut in front of the world, about what's happening in front of the world. So she just doesn't like what's happening to her in front of the world. She's just not, her life it's not turning out. What she thought would happen is not happening for her in front of the whole world. And she's very upset about that. So she's going to cut bait and go to New York. That seems like a very significant decision, and you never know how these things turn out. And obviously, she would be willing to come back. So, influential, the powerful people are not picking her. She's really putting in the work. She's getting all the top people on her side, and she's just very upset about how it's going. So we have George Clooney helping her out. That's what I've heard, the main person. Let's see how that's going. Because George can simply say, George is very famous and powerful, and he can simply say, well, I did what I did. And at some point, if she's not getting the roles, him continuing to recommend her can harm him. It can harm George Clooney. So he's just that's going to dry up. I'm wondering if that's drying up. Let's look at Meghan Markle and George Clooney. And for that matter, what's Harry doing? Okay, I don't believe that he's in LA most of the time. That's Meghan. George. A lot of female energy over there. Oh, that's interesting. Devil. There's the devil. How's it going with George Clooney helping her out? Well, over here we have the actor card. It's dried up. Okay, 22, 26, finger of God, outside influence. His influence has dried up in the acting world. He has a very strong presence as an actor, but he's just not able to help her anymore, so he's run out of leads for her. So that's dried up. Over on Meghan's side, yes, woman and Mother Earth. We have two female cards over here. So 22 and 9, 31, 8 clubs, city. So I think George's help has dried up. And I think Meghan is now looking to maybe Angelina Jolie or other influential female figures to help her. She's just constantly triangulating and getting people to help her. That's a really great strategy and will really take you far. It could get you even into the royal household. Okay, and so I don't fault her for doing that. It's a great strategy. That's called networking. She is out of 10 out of 10, she's a 10 out of 10 networker. She's really, really good at it. And I think she turns on the charm. I think she's particularly kind of flirty with the men and touching and help me and emotional. But it works with the men and the women. So she's really a good networker. So I think she's turned her attention to another influential female, which would probably be Angelina Jolie. There's not many actresses and females more, or Oprah, could be a darker female. Oprah is slightly on top. We have the devil again. We have Jacob's ladder and the devil. 16, 4 spades. She is willing to do anything to get to the top. Anything, absolutely anything. And in her early career, we see her doing a lot of, hot girl sex scene kind of stuff with. So she's willing to do whatever, to put in the work and do whatever. And, maybe she was even a yacht girl, and that's really whatever. Okay, so let's look. Is Hollywood turning on Meghan? Okay, are they just like, are they getting a negative opinion of her? Okay, because Hollywood is driven by PR, and the royals, they never complain, they never explain. Okay, Kate went through terrible. The tabloids just really raked her when she started out with William. They really just raked her over the coals. But she just kept her head down and kept doing her work, and she didn't complain about it. Meghan constantly complains. Okay, before anybody even knew that Harry and Meghan were dating, the first thing that happened is she forced Harry to come out with a public statement saying, stop discriminating against Meghan, something like that. And everybody's like, huh? Meghan who? And then that's when we realized that Harry was dating Meghan. So before anybody even knew that Meghan existed, Harry came out with this incendiary statement, and then she did an interview about her love affair with Harry and how they met, and that catapulted her to the top of everybody's radar. So Meghan does the opposite of what the royals do. She's constantly complaining. She's always explaining. She's constantly complaining. The letter to her father, that is one long explanation of why he's a jerk and she's an angel. Okay, that's all it was, and it was intended to be public. So is Hollywood turning on Meghan because she just brings a lot of negative PR with her? Is Hollywood turning on Meghan? You know, like personally, like just, you know, close your mouth and be quiet and do your, you know, is it like the Hollywood execs, you know, everything is everything because in Hollywood, you know, Meghan is the product. Harry is the product. They become personally famous. And their brand and who they are becomes inseparable. So if she's having all kinds of problems at home, she's having a lot of problems with her family. She doesn't talk to any of them. And if she's having problems with Harry, her brand can be damaged. Okay, so that's the tricky thing about celebrity. So is Hollywood turning on Meghan? Fence sitter on the fence. Fox looking very skeptically. Man. Oh, okay. So there's the man. 25, 30, 8 diamonds. So everything, reacting to everything. They are looking at her relationship with Harry. They're wondering how a split or a divorce would affect her brand. Because right now she still is the Duchess of Sussex. They are leaving the royal family. But the Duchess of Sussex thing, being associated with the royal family, is what makes Meghan famous. That's that extra special thing that makes her famous, and all of that is changing. Underneath, we have, that's 8, 2 spades. Hand in hand, many people, mustard seed, messages, and heart. Good intentions to the many people and messages broken. Okay, yeah, so underneath, they're wondering about her branding. You know, is her branding good, 2 spades, or is it broken? Her branding. Okay, so they're reacting to the relationship between her and Harry, and they don't see that it's very good. And that affects everything. And then underneath, overall, she is a brand. Okay, her message, you know, Duchess of Sussex, good mother, charitable person, runs a foundation. They're wondering if this is broken. So they're reacting kind of, are they turning on Meghan? They're just looking, they're not turning on Meghan. They're looking at her brand. And they're wondering if it can stick, if it's going to be good, or if it's really going to turn against her, because that would be bad. You make her a spokesperson for something. She becomes the face of a $1 billion something, and you hang a lot on that, and then a scandal erupts. They divorce, and now she's no longer the Duchess of Sussex, and then scandals come out, and now your whole brand, this $1 billion industry that you've hung Meghan Markle's face upon, is now in jeopardy. And that's what they're looking at here. So they're wondering if underneath it's kind of broken. Okay, so they're going to escape to New York City where they won't be bothered. I don't believe that for a moment. All Meghan wants is worldwide fame. So it's not about privacy. Is she going to try her hand at Broadway? Is that what's about to happen here? Is she going to try her hand at Broadway, in Broadway? No. No can be no or a full stop. There's also a lot of money in New York City. A lot of, it's the financial center of America and one of the main financial centers of the world. So there's a lot of people with a lot of money in New York City. So it could be great for the foundation as well. So is she going to try her hand at Broadway? Rose's olive tree, deeply rooted, 9 and 9, 18, 5 diamonds. Her plan, full stop to her beautiful plans and rooting. Full stop to her beautiful plans and rooting, and this is a recognition that her plans are really not working out. Her Hollywood plans are really not working out. So she's kind of like, I quit. She's taking a break. She seems to be taking a break, taking the pressure off of her constant, her really hard work in Hollywood trying to find roles. What's underneath? Outside circumstances, very difficult, have caused big changes. Very difficult outside circumstances are causing big changes. 19, 5 clubs, and going in a different direction. So, yeah, outside circumstances. So we're not seeing yet the outside circumstances that the top Hollywood people are taking into account that are affecting Meghan's career. So, people out there, they know what's going on. They're talking, Oprah's talking, James Corden is probably talking. These folks talk to each other, and it's all about image. So if the image is damaged or is about to be damaged, that's going to change things. So something is coming out soon. And she's just taking the pressure off Hollywood. She's going to stop pushing so hard and maybe go to New York for a while and still take phone calls. But she's just not going to beat the bushes every day all the time. That looks crooked. Okay, probably I made it more crooked. Alrighty. Let's review here. Okay, so Meghan has no plans to go back into acting. That's ridiculous. Why not just say, Harry drove the exit from the royal family, which is what they're saying. So what's really going on? Well, the powerful people, because of secrets, hidden secrets, are not, but underneath the surface, they're not picking Meghan, even though she's working really hard and connecting with all the right powerful people, and she's just getting too upset about it. She's just getting really upset about it. And I understand that. If you get too upset about something, you can fly off the handle. And, everyone around Meghan quits. I think she's like a super emotional person, and it's hard for her to keep it in. And so she'll scream at people. And without screaming at people, without screaming at the nannies, I think 9 different nannies quit. Everybody quit. The helicopter pilot quit. That's someone who has a volatile personality, who gets upset and then screams at people. So I think Meghan is at the point, she's worked so hard trying to get these roles, she's just really going to start screaming at powerful people, and she knows she can't do that. So George Clooney is like the main guy that's been helping her out. This is dried up. Okay, he's done all he can. His outside influence, 7 diamonds, he's done all he can, but that's just dried up. It's dried up. And he's not able to help her anymore. Meghan is now turning to, females, a powerful female in Hollywood. And she's definitely willing to do anything to get what she wants, to succeed. She may join, we may hear very soon, she converted to Judaism. Now she converted to the Church of England. She may convert next to Scientology, if that's going to help her career. She's willing to do whatever it takes. That's the devil energy. Okay, is Hollywood turning on Meghan? No. They're looking at her branding, and they're not sure that branding is going to hold. And to commit to this person, that branding needs to hold. There can't be a scandal coming up. Okay, and there might be, I think something is about to come out. So is Meghan going to try Broadway? No, this is basically, it's not about trying Broadway. It's more like, I quit, okay? She just has done all she can, and she's really upset about it, and she didn't get what she wanted, like that. And so underneath, outside difficult circumstances are going to make a big change. So I have thought for a while that they may be going through a divorce, that Harry is mostly not living there. Something is going to come out soon. Okay, and Harry cannot stay in LA. This is not viable for him. He can't live in America. He can't emigrate. He can't get a green card. He can't stay in LA. He can't live in America. He needs to live in a Commonwealth nation. Otherwise, he needs to renounce his title as prince, which, why not just shoot yourself, dude? So don't do that. He definitely needs to not do that. That would be a very, very bad move. So that's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who support me by buying me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.